There is new sheriff in town, and his name is Donald Trump. What will his policy be towards the Iraqi financial system? 4 years have passed since his last administration, and there has been way too much progress in the banking and financial reforms to turn back to the days of the prior Trump administration laden with sanctions. I am told by my CBI contact that al-Sudani is hoping for an invite to visit the new president in Washington, or better yet have him come to Iraq. Remember, here's the key: it's your currency. It's your money and you're in control. You're in the driver's seat. Banks have policies, but doesn't mean they can't change them. They sure as heck don't want you to go down to the bank 3 blocks down because they're going to lose a lot of money. One of the key things in a monetary policy when they go to revalue a country is they have high security. They want to tamp down currency manipulation. They want to stamp out the black market. That's all part of the process. Article quote, "Any attempt to manufacture, possess or pass on fake banknotes is a criminal act that is severely punished by law, calling for the delivery of any fake banknotes to the police and to the Central Bank of Iraq." I heard this from several different groups. No taxes on our exchange. We are starting to hear more and more logistics on this thing. There is progress and movement happening. I'm not trying to give you a date. Iraq can only change their rate on a Sunday. The rate will change on what is their Sunday morning before or by the time their banks open. Their banks open Sunday morning 8 a.m. their time. Here's the unknown variable in this. Does Iraq need something like a holiday to legitimately suspend or pause their currency auction on a Sunday, allowing them to change the rate? That's a question none of us can answer. We don't know. In a float, there will be no wild ride with gyrating values. A float is a mechanism devised so a basket of currencies will remain relatively stable. It cannot move more than 2% either way, up or down, every 90 days. That means any significant movement in value, per currency, will take a very long time. Mr. Sami says when Amendment 12 of Budget passes, then the next step will be that the budget table will be going to Parliament. Once that passes, a new rate will show before the tables go to Parliament because the budget table line items need that rate. Frank, thank you for that understanding. I really appreciate it. I'm going to rule out the 15 days and focus only on the accomplishment of the amendments that will expose the new budget and the new rate. We don't know when it's going to happen, but we are seeing many signs that it is very close. I was told by political sources that it is a top priority for our new US administration to see currency and rate changes. CBI unveils new banknote security features. Yes, they are new banknotes, but the difference between the new ones and the old ones is there are additional security features on there, so no, there's no panic about you having to switch out your old notes for the new notes. Why go through the hassle of putting on all these additional security features if you thought you were going to change your currency and give it a redenomination without the zeros and change the exchange rate? Doesn't sound to me like there is any plans in the very near future for them to go ahead and redenominate as well as change the exchange rate. I was misinformed, and I misinformed you guys. This could not go before President Trump made his way back into the Oval Office, and the information we were getting might have been coded, and we took the code wrong, or whatever happened. My fault, my bad. The good news is he is back in as of the 20th of January, but now that we've crossed that threshold that President Trump is back, and the good news is that we are moving forward, I just think we're looking very good to get started with this. There is nothing else to hold us up from going. Emo, the math used here isn't what we can be excited about. 1,250 dinar is definitely better than the official rate of 1,310 dinar to the dollar, but if you take the old dinar 1,250 of them, and trade them in for one new dinar, 1 million dinar is equal to $800. You are not in Iraq exchanging. How did you miss this part? making the value of 1 dinar equal to $1. Follow-up question: now I'm more confused, so if I'm an Iraqi citizen, I have to accept it at 1,250 old dinar for 1 new dinar. But if I'm not in Iraq, I can trade it 1 for 1. On Forex, supply and demand will increase value externally. In Iraq they will only use dinars. Why don't you understand a dinar is equal to $1, if IT starts out that way, and then IT starts trading on Forex? The value will go up from there. If they do it this way. CBI on TV news saying new banknotes will circulate with the existing ones and there are no plans to pull the older notes. They will coexist. Then they talked about the new security features on the new banknotes that are coming out. They are preparing us to give us the new small category notes. Frank, Emo, those 30 notes will be exactly like the new small category notes minus the zeros, and instead of a 25 Emo it'll be a 20. The Ministry of Oil announced, on Thursday, the total oil exports achieved for the month of December 2024, which exceeded 100 million barrels of crude. According to the statistics issued by the State Oil Marketing Company, SOMO, and published by the ministry in a statement today, the total exports of crude oil amounted to 101,024,596 barrels. The statistics indicated that the total quantities of crude oil exported for the past month of December 2024 from the oil fields in central and southern Iraq amounted to 100,195,150 barrels, while the total quantities exported from the Kayara oil field amounted to 519,931 barrels. The ministry stated that exports to Jordan amounted to 309,515 barrels. An informed source reported on Thursday that 3 modern Korean-made boats arrived at Qasr port to enhance the capabilities of the naval forces with the aim of securing the Iraqi coasts. The source told Shafaq news agency, in the context of enhancing the capabilities of the Navy, 3 modern Sat-55 boats of Korean origin arrived at Qasr port, which were manufactured in Turkey according to the highest technical and technological specifications. He added, these boats are characterized by their high maneuverability and speed, in addition to being equipped with the latest electronic and weapons systems that contribute to carrying out their missions efficiently, including combating maritime threats and securing the Iraqi coasts. The Iraqi Naval Force is one of the formations of the Iraqi Armed Forces. It was established on August 12, 1937 as a river force consisting of 4 small boats. It was initially called the Iraqi Coast Guard Forces. Its official name was changed to the Iraqi Naval Force on the 12th of January 2005. Its main responsibilities are to protect the coasts and the Iraqi Maritime Economic Zone. As of February 2011, the Navy had approximately 5,000 sailors and Marines, who formed an operational headquarters.